Hey guys, welcome to Behind the Hype. Bill Hugel here. Today we've got someone who lives in the States but isn't from the States. And anyways, why he got there, how he got there isn't important. What is important is he is like Mr. Ecom. Is that fair to call you that, or should we just stick with John?
I think John is probably easier.
Okay, sounds good. So we got John Botel on the line. I said that right? Right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so today we're talking about Ecom Domination, which is a launch I'm sure that everybody and their dog is going to hear about. I don't normally do interviews, but I was going through the product the other day and I was like, okay, there's some questions I'm going to have here, because when you take what you guys are delivering and compare it to what everyone else delivers, there's a lot there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing it for 30 years. Between us, we got 15 years each, separate experience.
How much money does that translate into? Like, obviously, you got a big purple office, but...
yeah, that doesn't come cheap, that purple paint. I'm telling you, man, it's expensive. Over 30 years, Ecom between us, it's around about $100 million in sales.
I'm humbled to sit next to you.
It's a lot of sales. A lot of customer service. But yeah, it's that doesn't translate to profit, unfortunately. Otherwise, they would have had gold walls.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say there, because I mean, obviously, your sales page is gonna be talking to people about the income potential for this and things like that. One of the things that I think I saw come out in your product, which is why I want to do the interview, is I think that you guys have laid a pretty good foundation for a business as opposed to a gimmick or someone who likes to bounce every other 3 or 4 days to another product. This is not for them, clearly, right?
No. It's and the thing I like about Ecom, and I've always liked about it, is anything else in IM, it's a little bit fashionable. Things come up and out of fashion, but Ecom's stable. People always want to buy stuff, right?
Yep.
And it's no different from like catalogs. Originally it started off just with letters, then it went to catalogs, and it moved into the internet. And it's just a different means of selling the things that people want to buy on a day-to-day basis. And it's stable, and it's always going to be there. So that's what I like about Ecom. It's just a new mechanism of doing it online.
Okay, so the thing, I've got some sirens that are coming by here. Apparently someone's having a fire somewhere. So that's the thing, but Ecom has gone through its little ups and downs too. Like now we're calling it Ecom, remember?
I know, right? Well, I don't know when that happened.
It wasn't that, and it just took off. We started saying Ecom, and suddenly it became the next best thing. But it has always been that stabilizing force that's always been growing. Like, you haven't seen a lot of people that got into Ecom a long time ago that are like, well, I changed. But you'll see an affiliate marketer who becomes a launcher, becomes a coach, who becomes this, who becomes that. And when you hear from Ecom guys, that's not what it's about. So when people get into this, I have a feeling that some of the people who may have been on that cycle of what's new and always being part of it are going to be a little bit overwhelmed. First of all, let me say, like, it's a really good course.
Thank you.
This is a business moving forward, but what are you going to say to those people that are like, what the holy shit have I gotten myself into? Because there's like this level we have where we want to over deliver, we want to give a ton of value, ton of content, but the first thing that hit me was going to be like, like, I'm going to be pretty overwhelmed here. Even though it's laid out nice and easy, it's still, there's a lot of stuff that you guys
There's a lot of stuff for that. Well, I think the first thing is to say that you don't have to do it all. It's not like you have to start at point A and end at point Z. It isn't. The whole course is designed to be able to take anybody from the very newest person who really has never even bought a domain name, right the way through to somebody who's perhaps been doing Ecom but just wants to take it to the next level. And everything in between. So you don't actually have to do everything from the start to the end. You don't have to become an Ecom master. If you wanted to do this just an hour before work just to get a little bit of extra money, or wanted to do it alongside affiliate marketing, just to an additional revenue stream, it's perfectly acceptable to do that and capable. You just take that section, learn that little section, and never go beyond that. You don't have to, because it's not linear. You can dip in and out and choose the bits you want to do and the bits you don't want to do.
Right, and you've got some of those moms and pops that always like to sell their like their mittens every Christmas, and this will give them an opportunity to sell those mittens to bigger people. So it can be something
Exactly.
that's set up for them that way.
Yeah, exactly. And it's I mean, there are things in there that I have never personally done that Sam's done, but that's an interesting thing. And that's the weird thing about when we both came together. It was a case of, okay, let's see what you got. Let's you show me mine and I'll show you yours, kind of thing. And there was very little crossover. And the stuff I've actually learned going through Sam's stuff, even though I've been doing this for 15 years, has been incredible. So that's what I mean. That anybody, even people with experience, could come into this and learn a shit ton of stuff.
That brings me to a good question. When you get into ecom, one of the things that, I mean, we did all right. We actually launched a little product on it like a while back. But I kind of got sick of it, mainly because of the Shopify aspect. What I didn't particularly like about it was that I was constantly being inundated with more monthly recurring bills. And even if I was making some cash, like it was just, once you're doing well, everyone's in there just pulling out of your pocket, right? And it's hard to make a profit. So do people have to come and start paying these crazy monthly fees for Shopify, or do you kind of show them how to set it up?
Well, I mean, to be honest, we don't even cover Shopify because to me, Shopify is just another one of those platforms. Right now, it's really cool and trendy and it's in. People want to do Shopify. They've done a great job in branding themselves. I won't take anything away from them. And it is a good platform if you want to dip your toe in and test things out because it's dead simple. The whole point of our system is let's take people away from Shopify and say, you can do this yourself. It really is that simple to do. Let me show you how to do it.
It's funny. I went to PayPal the other day because there was like this bill that was coming out every month, and I was like, "What the hell is this? Someone has stolen from me."
Yeah, right.
Right. And it turns out this was from a store that I had closed a long time ago on Shopify, and the rebill from one of the apps was coming in. So I totally led you into that question because I knew that you had the no Shopify part. But for me, that's a really important one because you're taking newbies who are going to be a little bit frustrated at times with this, right? Because it will be. But I noticed that you guys have some really good ways to make sure that they're supported and going through. But the thing that makes it worse is that you've got this business in a box, but now you have a timeline that you got to get this finished in. Otherwise, you're going to be paying more and more money, and soon the profit potential is you need to hit that home run. You can't do so many singles. And what I like about
and that's the other
is the singles.
I think the other thing is that generally the other trainings that I've seen on Shopify, all of them 100% revolve around Facebook and Shopify. Pay for your Facebook ads to Shopify. Okay, that's great, but it's really, really difficult to take somebody from watching cat videos to buying your product. People don't go online to buy your shit, much as we'd love them to. They don't. They go online to find the news, see what Trump's doing, or whatever 1,000 other things people like to do online. The people that really spend money online are the people that get their credit card and get the keyboard and say, best deal on. Yeah. And they type it into a search engine. And that's the traffic that we pick up with our method, those people.
So would you say that, that being said, like, so SEO, I'm assuming is a good 100%. Part of that. So I'm Joe Newbie. I'm getting this product. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna like apply all of this stuff. Is this traffic? Like, is this something that I can realistically start seeing some results in? Because I'm disenchanted with SEO. Yep. I've tried SEO before from some of the SEO pros, and it shit the bed on me. So I'm that disenchanted person. I'm getting started. What are my realistic expectations here? Like, it's going to take me a little bit to go through and kind of digest all of the content, as most people will do. But once I'm ready to start, what's a realistic goal for a newbie trying to get some traction?
Within a month, you should have recouped your investment.
Okay.
And be on your way. Okay. We give 60 days guarantee on it. That's how long, because we're confident that this is going to work for people. So we're saying, look, we know that there's a lot there. We know there's a lot to take in. So, we think you can do it within 30 days, but, we don't know what, life's like. Everybody's got kids at home and dogs and school fates they have to attend. All of that stuff gets in the way of doing this stuff. So we said, okay, let's extend that. Let's give them a full 2 months to get their business built, because you know, it doesn't always happen within that first 30 days.
I like that. That's actually something that I didn't know, and I was going to ask you at the end was about the guarantee, because first of all,
Sure.
I always tell people that are looking at this to hear about the guarantee just to kind of like pound stones, because nothing in the world is guaranteed. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you do have enough content that I'd like people who pick this up from us not to be feeling overly rushed, because
Yeah.
I remember the first guy I ever met, I was playing hockey, I was just starting to get into this online thing, and he was an ecom guy. Driving the H2
Right.
at the time was a big thing. And he's like, man, you're not going to get rich quick, but you're going to start very quickly. And he was the e-commerce guy, and it just started with the one little bit of results for him. So 2 months is a long time for someone to get up and run. Even with paid traffic, they could do that. So you've given them enough time to like recoup their investments and learn the whole business. So let's talk a little bit here about honest profit margins, because this is the big e-com illusion, right? You'll see somebody who do $200,000 in a month and they made like 25 grand, which is fine. But you know, for John Newby, 25,000 is going to be a lot of money. But, you know, when they first make that first sale and realize that they only got about a 20% or a 5% profit margin, they're like, how do I make money? So let's address that a bit.
Sure. Yeah. And it's slightly difficult because we come from, Sam and I have two different complete systems. My system revolves around subscriptions, which is great because it has recurring revenue on and on, which is included in the package. I tend to use affiliates more. Sam tends to use free traffic more. Actually, I probably suspect that at the end of the day, the margins work out about a wash. Okay. So in all of my businesses, I've worked on around about a 25% net return.
That's good.
So if we sell 100,000, we make 20 grand, something around that. But a lot depends on the products we sell. I mean, if I can take my products and move them into Sam's system, the gross margin will be much higher because my actual markup on my products is about 10 times.
Okay.
So I buy for $5, I sell for 50. But my affiliate costs cut into my margin a lot. But if I can move that into Sam's system, which I'm going to be doing, then because we're not paying for affiliates, it's just free traffic, there is a massive margin boost there for me.
So and you may uncover this in the course, so I won't get too deep into this, but how do you make that decision? Because this is one of those things that people really, even if they go in and they learn it from you, this is one of those things I feel they just need to know about that, because to me even, and I've been around this business a while, is there's how the hell do you know? You know, what to mark up? Like you're talking like, you're selling it for 50, you're buying it for 5. The average Joe's like, I'm buying this for $5. What the hell am I selling it for 50 for? You know, there's that nerve of pricing higher.
And a lot of that comes with experience. I mean, I as well, because I've been doing this for 15 years, that's me buying from a manufacturer, own labeling it, using my own brand, so I can charge what I like because I don't have any competition.
Right.
I just need to know what the market will hold.
Okay.
And because I've been doing this a long time, we can do that. But the easiest way to get started is obviously with drop shipping. That way you don't have to have any warehouse. You don't have to have any of that. What you need to do is find a product that is trending and is niche. And we give you software to help you do that, to find those products. Okay. And then you just find a drop shipper to be able to ship that for you. Again, we give you software to help you find the drop shipper to do that. And you put the two things together and the market will tell you what it'll stand, because the software is going to show you what the pricing structure is.
See, that's fantastic, because I know that is the problem for a lot of people is like, well, what do I charge? Because you'll hear a guy say, yeah, I charge $50 for it, and you'll be like, but I'm getting it for 2. Is that like wrong? But it's not. It's about where your threshold is. So that's really cool. So let's talk. First of all, I think they've already learned a ton here. So let's just talk about what the offer is that you have, you're putting forward, what the front end is. Let's talk about the OTOs, cool. Talk about why they work, and then mainly just talk about how they get supported through the process.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, in the front end, there is training and software. We could have split this up and put it, you got to pay more and more and more and more. We just figured, let's just put the whole thing together and say, this is what you get. So there's around about, I think it's just under 200 videos in the the training itself between myself and Sam. And then you get the 5 pieces of software all in at the front end. The first piece is the Amazon research tool. So that allows you to find the trending products that are really selling well in Amazon. And then there's its counterpart for eBay. So you can see the trending products there for eBay. Then you have the sourcing tool. So you can actually find the drop shippers to get those products from. Then we have my profit forecasting tool. This is the tool that I use like daily to be able to see, okay, if I'm buying it for this and I'm going to be selling it for this and my cost of acquisition for getting my customers is this, how much is that going to be worth to me in 6 months? And basically I have a software that calculates all this stuff, and you get that in there. And then you have my funnel builder as well, which is going in there because subscriptions are kind of they're a difficult beast to manage. They're like the highest level of ecom because once you have a customer, they pay you for months. So everything has to be more in line. Your customer service has to be better. Your delivery, your managing of your stock has to be better. Everything has to be kind of right up there. So that's kind of, if that's for most advanced people, that's why we have that right at the end. Right. But I have my funnel builder for that. So all they have to do is basically go in there, replace my images with their images, my text with their text. They get their own like free plus shipping funnel builder, and it has its own CRM system built in. So it's going to manage all of their data, spit out shipping labels, whatever they need.
How much is that? Like, because you just said 200 videos, you listed off like 4 or 5 expensive ass softwares to get built. Just so you guys know, I actually know how much software is cost to get built, and that's a lot of money that's put into that. So what's the cost for the front end there?
Front end, well, it's $297
okay.
for everything, but for the first 5 hours, we're doing a doorbuster special, so it's $100 off. So it's for $197 for everything for the first 5 hours. That's a pretty sweet deal.
That is a pretty sweet deal. So when so it's like lots of value there. So these people that, we'll talk about the OTOs in a minute, but the people that get the front end, it's going to be $197. That's going to be one time.
Yep, one-time payment.
That's and then how are they going about support? Is there a Facebook group? Is there like just like chat support? Is there like just email? How do they do that?
They have, we have actually 2. I have my own support and Sam has his. Sam's is going to be the primary for this, but they can always reach out to mine and it's going to get answered. So they got 2 points of contact there. We also have the Facebook support group, which is, although we're in there a lot, that's like a community support. That's really designed to let people network, maybe come up with ideas together and grow as a community, really. And I found that really useful in other things I've done. I mean, I'm members of the ClickFunnels community and all of that, and I find it really useful to bounce ideas around in those areas. So they get that. The way for the most hand-holding is kind of in the O2Os, and we've kind of put those through as well.
Okay, so I'm just going to note on those communities as well. Like, once people get in there, they get active, and the best part is for a $7 product, you'll see the spike, right? Everybody comes in, they're really happy, and then they're like, oh shit, something else, and then they're gone. But when you get into those higher ticket communities, that's how I built most of my successful clients, is through that.
Yeah.
And it was through all the helping of each other and really building that network. So the value of that, when it's in a good place and everybody's put some dollars in, is usually a far better deal. So like, seriously.
I think with ecom as well, it's particularly useful, particularly when people are starting out and they're maybe thinking about, okay, I don't really want to do drop shipping because the guy's creaming me. He's taking all my profit. And they're saying, but I don't have enough buying power yet to go to a wholesaler to buy in bulk. But you get 5 guys all coming together. Suddenly you've only got a fifth of the investment and say, okay, well, why don't we just buy this as a group? And then we can work it as a group.
Yeah,
and it's real community power.
You know, I found that the successful guys, especially in the e-com space, are so, like in the marketing space, it's all like nobody wants to let anyone know how much they don't actually know. But in the e-com space, it's the exact opposite. It's like, I know so much. I've made it to a certain point that the value that they're dispensing just to help people out and get going is huge. And you've got that pocket for those advanced guys who are going to pick it up and love it.
I think the other thing is it's, and I think the IM space is weird. Being in, having been in both, it's really weird. Yeah, it's such a small market as well. Comparatively, if you think about ecom, the world of ecom, is just so vast. It's every product under the sun that you can send to somebody in the world. It's just huge. So I think that's maybe the reason why people who are into e-com are a bit like, I don't mind, I'll tell you, because they know that the market's so big that they're never going to really lose market share that badly.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point. Okay, so honestly, that's a killer one. What do we got for the OTOs? Please tell me there aren't like 850 of them.
No, there aren't. There are 4 O2Os, and really it's a case of we provided so much in the front end. These are things that if you really think you need them, take them. But if you don't, we've got so much value. We got so much value in that front end. You're going to be good. And we're not looking to become billionaires on the launch here. We want to get people with real success stories that we can just add to our list, because our plan with this is to take it on the webinar circuit afterwards. The price is going to go to $1,000. We're going to make more money on that than we are on this launch. So the plan with the launch is let's bring the price down, make it more affordable, get people in, more success stories, helps us sell more on the webinar where we can really make more money.
Okay.
That's kind of a longer term plan. But the O2Os, O2O1 is Sam and I are holding a bi-monthly, bi-weekly, every other week. Okay. Every other week we hold a live webinar, and basically you get to ask us anything you want, and we'll be on there for as long as you want. So as many people that come on the call, we'll just be there. You have a question, we're going to answer it. We're going to give you guidance. So it's the equivalent of one-to-one mentoring, but in a group setting.
Yeah, and you're going to have a lot of questions too, which is good. Like,
oh yeah,
with like with the IM space, and let's get this straight. A lot of my people are pretty used to the IM space, so I want to keep drawing the parallels and the differences. Is like with ours, people be like, well, I already know that, so I don't need to ask too many questions. With ecom, people have lots of questions because they'll even come up with an idea that they didn't see in there, and they might want to run past you. And I mean, shit, you guys have done $100 million. I mean, I think you'll probably be able to.
And the other thing is that there's loads of weird things that when you've had 15 years experience that you've seen that regular people don't. I mean, weird things with importation and white labeling and where to get labels made really cheap and fast, and all that kind of thing. We can just pull them out like that because we've done it 1,000 times. Yeah. But for somebody who's just starting out, where the hell do I get a box made? Well, okay, there's 1,000 different places you can get that done. So, but it's not something you generally. If you did put it into a course, the course would be like an encyclopedia, a range of encyclopedias. So it's better done on a one-to-one setting where they can just come on. Everybody can learn from everybody else's answers, and just ask us anything you want, and we'll give you the best of 30 years experience.
Perfect. So that's OTO 1. How many more OTOs are there?
Another 2.
Okay.
The O2O2 is a set of WordPress themes. These are proven ecom themes that Sam uses in his business every single day. So normally the themes cost around about $100 each to get to purchase. We're offering a set of 9 of them, so you can obviously break your stores up, make them all look different. For $97, I think. Oh no, $67. 67. Set of 9 for 67.
You're as bad with your OTOs as I am. What's the price?
What's the price? Yeah. What's weird is I have this big funnel on the wall that's for a different project here, and I'm looking up at it, and there's nothing at all what I'm talking about.
That's always the best. It's cool.
I know.
You get the 9 templates you said for $67.
Yeah, 67. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's one more OTO.
Two more pieces of software. One of them is it's training and software. It's for outsourcing. So if you've suddenly got your ecom business and you're saying, okay, I know I want to do ecom, but I don't want to do any of the grunt work. I don't want to have to be involved in doing anything with the orders, finding products, doing the moving the orders around to drop shippers. I don't want to do any of it. We have a whole software suite that helps you to do that and training, so you can run a hands-off business pretty much.
Okay. So that's for the like enterprise guy who just wants to
pretty much. Yeah.
Type and maybe call every now and then, right?
Yeah, exactly. All they want to do is they want to basically have a laptop, maybe check the emails once a day, and somebody else takes care of it, and they just pay them a fee. And that's daunting to a lot of people. I kind of always run my business that way. I never wanted to have staff. All I ever wanted to do was sit in my office at home and look out the window and pretend to work. And
once you close that door, they believe it's happening. Like,
I know, right?
is
It's like they
this
actually think
working?
there's work going on in here. Uh, but yeah, and so that's kind of the software and the ecos for that. And then the O2O, the last O2O is, oh my God, what was it?
A surprise! You guys
It's
are
a
gonna be
surprise. No,
surprised.
it's completely gone out of my head what the last O2O is. It is, oh my God, it's tip of my tongue. Because this is one of Sam's that I'll let you know what it is, Bill. I'll
It's
find it out
awkward
again.
music right now, is what it is. This is called awkward airtime while John tries to find his.
The value's in the main product. By the time we get to O204, it's I mean, it's a good software. It is that he's got that. I just can't remember exactly which one it is because Sam's got like so many softwares that he's done for this. So it's I should have pulled it out. I'll make sure I'm better
it's all
prepared.
good. I'll run through and tell them at the end or put a
Cool.
note down below. So one of the things I'm going to struggle here with, because we're going to wrap this up real quick.
Sure.
I don't know. I looked through the OTOs. I looked through the cores. I don't really know that adding any bonuses to this is really going to be in the best interest of my people. You know what I mean? So I'm going to ask you right in front of them, what the hell can I do to help them, like, make this a better experience for them? Like, there's so much there, and I think it's laid out so clean that I really don't know what to give them, because I think it's almost a disservice to add a bonus to this, because there's no need to be jumping around and doing other things. Just follow what's in the course.
Yeah, I mean, as you know what the game's like. We have to create stock bonuses. I mean, we do. We create them, and the ones that we've got are pretty useful, to be fair. So the ones that you'll see on Bill's page, because he's got access to them, they're all useful. Are they absolutely required? No. But they're useful. But when you see the pages with 97,000 bonuses on it, just ignore them. Because all that's doing is slowing down your computer and making it harder for you to actually do the job that you want to do, because your computer's running too slow. So it's really tough to think up a bonus to go with this. I mean, we had trouble thinking of stock bonuses, but
you know what? I'm making a call. You guys don't get a bonus, and the reason why you're not getting a bonus is because I honestly, truly believe that no matter what John could say here, I think that any bonus that you guys get at this point will take away and detract from what this course actually does. And in the best interest, it's not a good idea.
You know what the bonus should be? The bonus should be, because part of the front end products, which I didn't mention, actually, I forgot about this, there's so much in this, is they get a ticket to Ecom Domination Live. And that is a full day's training with Sam and myself live. And it's going to happen right after the Warrior event in Raleigh, which is in June. Right. Early June, like June 3rd or 4th or something like that. So that's going to be they get a ticket to that. Obviously, we're not paying flights here.
Get to walk in the room.
You get to come in the room with us, and they get the one-to-one training there. And you should come down, and the bonuses, they get to spend the day with you as well.
Way to just swing me into the event there. Well done. Okay, so here's my bonus. Here is my bonus. For anyone that picks up through my link, what I'm going to do is, whether or not I'm down there, I'm going to send John some cash, and he will buy you guys a bunch of drinks at one point through the event and have a good time.
There we go. That's a drinks on Bill. That's a great bonus. I'd buy that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one each, and you all get a ticket. No, I'm just kidding.
Drink tickets.
We'll work something out, though, where that will work. So, my people will be taken care of. With John, I'll send some drink money down. You guys all have a good time, and you should go to that event. But that said, guys, I really think anything more than what they're offering is probably a disservice to you. You've got a lot of work cut out for you. You have a long-term business in front of you that is supposed to be that. If you came to the internet looking for instant riches, you already know my thoughts on that. Take off. But if you came because you wanted to learn that you could build and grow something, and in this case, it's grown into the future for your kids, your family, anyone, because this is not like going anywhere. I remember 10 years ago going, guys, watch out for Ecom. Like, it's the thing. And it's, oh, well, you know, the internet, it's a scam. Well,
I tell you, I sold a store I did nothing with. I sold a store 12 months ago. I hadn't even done anything. I hadn't sold a product in it. I set up a store. It was sat there. It had really nothing in it, just a couple of products. I sold it for $25,000.
Don't even get in to sell the products. Just learn how to build the store, and then you can do that, which actually, yeah, I'm not even going to go into that. But seriously,
that's a whole different market.
Yeah, like, you guys have so much potential in long term. Like, it's not like e-com's going anywhere. Jobs are being replaced every month, every year, because this type of stuff exists. And you have an opportunity to get in with two guys that have been pretty much since the beginning doing this. So I'm going to leave it at that. They've got some bonuses on the pages. We'll kind of reiterate what they are down below on this page. But seriously, this is the one you've been looking for if you're looking for something stable to grow with and not constantly go back to your inbox looking for something else shiny. This is the one. Details are down below. 5 hours, you get $100 discount. So lock it in for 5 hours. First 5 hours, get in there, get it done. Otherwise, it's a big jump. Still worth the value, but save that $100. Jumbo Hotel, thank you very much. Good luck on your launch. And I will see you in September at the 10th anniversary in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll be there.
Yeah, you better be. All right, buddy. Thanks very much.
It's great to see you, Bill. Speak soon.
Bye.
Thanks, man. Bye.